Any good morning from Pompey. We have not seen clear skies, let alone Starlink satellites, in a long time. 2 weeks. I think this may be the first time we're going live at night in 2 weeks. We will not be on very long because the sun rises soon. But I did not want to lose the skill and the ability to go live. So given that we do not have too long, let's see how long is too long. What time is sunrise today? The sun rises at 7:15, so we have about an hour and a half. Well, Elon is busy this morning. This is 3 so far. Good morning, Pico. Yeah, long time. We have had all sorts of bad weather. You would know up there in Aberdeenshire what that means. So even though I have not looked to see when the clouds are coming, I don't want to jinx it. But this clear sky was not in the forecast. Looks like we will be clear through the morning, so I'd like to take a look at the sunspots. So we'll probably stay with Dwarf 3 for a little bit. Lots of snow, lots of rain. Well, we had a live webcast of the snow all day on Thanksgiving. I still remember we were in England, and actually we went up to Edinburgh. We visited from the US for Thanksgiving weekend, and on Thanksgiving Day we realized that the Brits do not celebrate Thanksgiving. They certainly do not celebrate the pilgrims going from England to the US to celebrate freedom from the king. So we could not find a place serving a good Thanksgiving meal We ended up with some frozen food from St. Michael, Marks and Spencer, that was close enough to being a, I think they called it turkey. I don't know what it was. But the revelation that, yeah, they do not celebrate Thanksgiving in England. Oh, well, that's a biggie in Scotland. Happy St. Andrew's Day. It will be interesting to see what astrometry will give, how many galaxies it will find in this picture. Yes, a good scope is one that you can use, not one that is sitting somewhere and not shipping. I know that Peter in the Netherlands has been very frustrated. He ordered it the very first day they went on order, within minutes, and has been waiting ever since. If you are able to buy a Seestar S50 and get it in your hands immediately, that will be a worthwhile alternative. Yes, they are updating things all the time. Actually, I wouldn't say better with the new update. That new update is driving us crazy. It's supposed to do good things, but it is buggy. I debated which telescope to grab this morning for this short period, and when I saw Markarian's chain, decided to go with that, with the DWARF 3, given the field of view necessary. Good morning, Peter. Hello from Germany. Yes, it does a good job. S50 does very, very well with Andromeda. I'm glad you like it. Join us often here. We use the S50. We did something very interesting earlier this week. Matthew Peters down in Florida has the S30 Seestar, and we were able to get his stream live. Soon we will have the S30 and the S50 and the DWARF 3 side by side on the same targets and compare them from multiple locations. Do not worry about typographical errors here. We accept misspellings. Everybody misspells things thanks to voice recognition. If you would excuse me for a moment, the dogs need to go out. I'll be right back. Peter, this is a surprise. I don't know what to say. I have not had problem with station mode. Don't know about distance, but if you're able to connect to its Wi-Fi, sometimes my S50 misbehaves and I have to connect to its Wi-Fi, but usually most of the time I'm using it in station mode. The good news is that the first several Starlink trails have been wiped out. There's still one big one, hopefully it'll go away soon. Yeah. Okay, let's see what I'm waiting for astrometry. It's taking time. I should be able to overlay all the names in there. Dogs are being obnoxious outside. I'll get them back in. Okay, we have results from astrometry. Let's see if we can download them. Okay, we have an image. Wait for it. Come in. And there it is. So this is what we have. Pico, how many did you say you counted? This is a new feature I would like DWARF Lab to add. So let's see how many astrometry counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. I counted about 60. So we're back to live. Let me give you the URL so you can do it on your own images. You can upload any picture of the heavens and it'll tell you what you're looking at, and then it will annotate any and all the targets that it sees up there. Good morning, Mr. Snoops. Mr. Snoops, I don't know if you saw this, but this is what we're looking at. I'm trying to automate the process, but I have not found a way to specify the name of the file in the URL so it'll upload it automatically. We are stacking away the satellite trails. They should be done soon. Right now the only perfect seeing I have is satellite trails. Yeah, we have had a rough weather for a little while. NGC 4438 in the middle is likely to look nice if we give it time, so I'm going to give it time. It's amazing how with software they can do what the hardware cannot do. But it takes a very long time. So we're approaching half an hour on Markarian. Let me see what else is in the sky. Is your west clear at least? Ooh. M13 and M92 are possibilities after this one. We have quite a few clusters in the sky. The Great Hercules cluster is there. But both are going to be tiny for dwarf's field of view. And another favorite is joining us soon, and that's the Sombrero galaxy. Sombrero deserves a special treat. There was a recent image from the James Webb Space Telescope of Sombrero that looked gorgeous. Mr. Snoops, I am assuming that if you live near an Air Force base, that you are living in a very flat part of the country, so your horizons are indeed very low. Okay. For some reason, when you said US Air Force Base, I assumed wrongly that you would be stateside. My daughter was stationed there a few years back. And this is where we look for the light pollution map to see how bad you are. Ouch. Okay. Not bad. She did actually eloped with another soldier, and now we have 3 beautiful grandchildren. Yeah, this was a while back. Would have been 8 years ago, 9 years ago, 8, yeah. Yeah, she went from Colorado Springs to Korea to Germany and then back stateside. And then went into production mode. 3 quick children back to back. And Grandpa is not complaining. I decided to use the astrofilter here as opposed to the dual band. Allows maximum light to get through. In a few minutes, not too many minutes, I'm going to hop over to M104 Sombrero Galaxy just out of curiosity to see what DWARF does with it. I got my best images of the Sombrero with the large telescope and did it manually, stacked them and processed them and the old-fashioned way. It is a very, very beautiful galaxy, but it's small. 8 arc minutes. Seestar and Stellina have a chance of getting it, of doing justice. We'll see what Dwarf 3 does. Alright, let's see if Dwarf is gonna perform an orderly transition tonight. Good. This is the big step where it gets stuck sometimes. Alright, we're clear. Let's go find M104. Okay, I don't see it. Let's do some stacking and see what we have. It is something like 30 million light years away. It's a very faint galaxy. This is not good. It's way down. I think Dwarf messed up. We know Dwarf messed up. It is at the very bottom of the frame. So I'm going to give it another chance to do it right. This is more like it. Thank you. Strange thing is that the very first bad frame, the Sombrero galaxy looked beautiful. Now we have stacked 11 frames and it's still not looking like a sombrero. Okay, we'll let it stack. It is starting to look sombrero-ish. Ladies and gentlemen, I just got word from Peter in the Netherlands that he expects his Dwarf 3 to be delivered today. He ordered it 6 months ago. So Pico, if you're still there, that should be an estimate. Yeah, I can see the dark line across. Yeah, Dwarf 3 is certainly not suitable for M104. Okay, yeah, 6 months, that's how long I waited for Dwarf 2, and I ordered it way before they started shipping. I wonder how long. The Seestar S50, I waited for it quite a while as well, quite a bit. Stellina, on the other hand, I bought it from High Point Scientific and I got it the following morning. That was a year into production. Yeah, Dwarf Lab refunded me my payment within 2 days, and immediately, and it showed up in my bank account 2 days later. So it's already 6 o'clock. Happy Saturday morning. We're gonna give Sombrero, the half-hour treatment. It's a galaxy. By which time the sun will be rising, so we will turn towards Solaris. No, don't worry about it. No worry. It's more important than that you have a telescope that you can use, not one that you're waiting for. M104 is looking fine, yeah. I wish it were a bit bigger. Gonna give it several more minutes before we declare victory. I need to get me a coffee soon. Right now we are stealing time from the sunrise. I already see horizon turning purple. And dwarf has just skipped a frame or two. It has skipped 2 frames. Let's see if it keeps stacking. It should keep stacking for another half hour easily. The problem is M104 is southeast, which is where the sun rises today, from the southeast. Peter, this is a long story, but let me send you a link. I'm still experimenting with it, and it seems to work. Peter, DWARF, I can run the app directly into the Windows subsystem for Android on my Windows computer, which is what I'm doing now, and that is the only way to get the full 4K resolution, all 8 megapixels on the screen. Seestar does not allow me to do that. It insists on Bluetooth, which Windows does not allow through any virtual machine. So the GitHub program that the folks have developed in the smart underworld, I installed it. I'm able to talk to Seestar. It allows me to create a schedule, and I have successfully done several of the steps, but not everything yet. So if you have the time and the inclination to tinker with it, it is a good program. Have fun. I use a Lenovo tablet and a Samsung tablet for Seestar and Stellina. And word has it that Windows plans to discontinue the Windows subsystem for Android. If that is indeed the case, then I will lose the ability to put DWARF in full 4K. So I'm reading that Microsoft will stop supporting Windows subsystem for Android on March 5, 2025, and no new Android apps will be possible. But user can continue to use any Android app they have already installed until the end of support date. According to conflicting news on the internet, some people say apps that are already installed will continue to be usable after March 5th. Others say the end of the world will come on March 5th and you will no longer be able to use any apps on Windows subsystem. Okay, so looks like plans for a good morning CGD. Excellent, Pico. Glad you got your money back, so go ahead and order that Seestar. Many people have Black Friday specials on Seestar. I know that Jeannie just ordered one $50 off. Peter, I agree with you, but all those developers do not want to be tied to a Windows operating system. Windows is very, very clunky. They'd much rather work with Android. And reluctantly, they work with iOS. That's expensive, Pico, considering the exchange rate between UK and US, that we're paying less in dollars for a Seestar than you're paying in pounds. Oh, that's right, you have to pay VAT. Well, I wish you the best and we'll be happy to help you get it working. CGD, I was saying that we are lamenting that Microsoft will discontinue Windows subsystem for Android, which is, I'm using it right now. That's the only way I found to get the full 4K resolution out of DWARF. And if we lose WSA, I'll have to find a tablet that is 4K resolution, and nobody makes them. Very good. Whoa, things are expensive in Europe. What's the euro relative to the dollar today? It's about its parity. A euro is $1.06. So you paid a lot for it. Well, I hope you enjoyed as much. I paid much more than all of that for Stellina 3 years ago, when the dollar was worth something before inflation, and I never regretted it. It has been a good introduction into the world of smart computer-assisted astronomy. We're starting to see the effect of field rotation here. And the sun is rising. We have lost 6 packets, 6 frames so far. Microsoft claims that there are not enough users of WSA to justify supporting it, or to justify continued support. The uncertainty here is if they are going to leave it alone or do what they did to us many times in the past. When you download a Microsoft or a Windows update of any kind, they go and uninstall anything they don't want you to have anymore, and that is not nice. I used to have my favorite encoder, which they uninstalled on me and I could never get it back. I had my favorite video editor, which Microsoft uninstalled one day through an update. Now they are trying to force us to use Clip Chomp or whatever it is. I don't want to use it. So as long as I don't uninstall WSA when I'm not looking, either that or I just have to have a computer that never connects to the internet. Turn off, disable updates and use it exclusively for that purpose. Not only do they uninstall useful stuff, they also reinstall all the junk that I have uninstalled in the past, like Solitaire and Xbox, and the list goes on and on of all the things that they install, even though they know very well that I took the time and the effort to uninstall them. Good morning, Jacob. Guess what, it's clear here. An unusually clear morning. So we hopped onto Markarian's chain, and now we are trying to see what DWARF can do with the Sombrero. And we are lamenting that Microsoft will discontinue support for Windows subsystem for Android on March 5, 2025, or is it March 4? And we are debating and discussing whether they will just go ahead and uninstall it March 5, 2025. Microsoft has a bad habit of installing junk that we don't want with their updates and uninstalling things that we do want, because they decided they're no longer supporting it. Jacob, I don't know if you have seen this. This is a Win Seestar Alp that does not require you to install anything. It just runs command line and provides the web interface. I had mentioned it to you and showed you some of the things the web interface can do, but this appears to go above and beyond what Kai had developed in terms of saving all the individual small steps to install it. This one just runs, which means it saves me the 40 gigabytes of the development environment that would have been required. Oh no. Sorry that your Dwarf 3 disappeared. Mine disappeared also, but then it showed up eventually. Mine was seized by US Customs to see what's in the box. I don't know what they put things in it other than just looking at it. I may never find out if they modified the firmware or what they did to it. Which is probably why mine crashes in ways that nobody else's crashes. Okay, we stacked 104 frames for M104, which is very appropriate. And DWARF has stopped stacking. Okay, it is stacking. Okay, the sun is rising here, and we are past what would be considered twilight. Yeah, I can see the... Okay, we have major contamination now in the image from sunrise. So ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for joining me this morning, the past hour and a half. We'll be back later to take a look at the sunspots. So in a couple of hours we'll probably be back up as soon as the sun is high enough. So in the meantime, I wish you all a happy Saturday.